The sun is starting to shine. The kids want to play outside. So we need some simple, easy dinners that maybe sound a little fancy, but are actually super simple to make. So that is what is on the menu this week. And of course, we're going to do it on a super low budget. So let's look at the meals we can make this week. You'll notice that some of these sound really fancy, but we're going to do them in some super simple ways. We've got pesto chicken, some chicken cordon bleus, some lemon pepper shrimp, and you can eat really, really well and do it on a low budget. And I'm going to show you how. Here is our shopping list this week. And I want you to make sure that you go through this because there's a lot of items that you may already have on hand. Now, we do assume that you have a few items like your preferred cooking oil, your favorite seasonings, some black pepper, a little bit of butter, and some salad dressing. I don't know about you, but my fridge always has a couple salad dressings. And then down below, I've got two links. One is to my website. You can actually download a completely free PDF of the shopping list and the recipes. And the other one goes to my Walmart grocery list. I want you to go there in the upper left hand corner. You can change the zip code to your local area, and then it'll give you the prices at your local store. Now, Walmart, all the stores tend to carry a lot of the same items and for about the same price, but there are some regional items and some differences in brand names. So if you see something priced really wonky, you just have to substitute it out. But it saves you a bunch of time because it's already there and you can just click on the items that you need and then boom, you can order them. The first meal we're going to do is a pesto chicken sandwich. And to me, pesto is kind of like a fancy flavor, but it's actually really, really tasty. Now, before we get started, this is a little tiny jar of pesto, and you're going to use about half of it. So you're going to have about half of it left over. And a quick little tip is you can actually put this into like ice cube trays and freeze it for another meal later on. The other thing is, if you want to, you can totally make pesto yourself. We sometimes make it just out of garlic and oil and spinach. So that's always an option as well if you find spinach on a really good deal. Now, we're going to use the sliced French bread. This has been forever only $1 at Walmart, but it looks like it's now at regular price, which is about $1.47. I like to go ahead and have them slice it for me, and it's just really good bread. And the kicker here is this is going to take no time at all because we're going to throw these chicken and the pesto into a crock pot and we're going to let that cook and it's going to shred up really nice. And then we toast the bread. We put our pesto chicken on top. We put a couple slices of tomatoes and some cheese. And then you can just pop these in the air fryer and get them all melty. We're also going to do some simple home fries in the air fryer. And if you don't have an air fryer, that's totally fine. You can still do these in the oven, but it will take a little bit longer. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, the next one is going to be chorizo and cheese quesadillas. Now, I always knew that you could buy chorizo in beef and pork, but I also just found out that a lot of the beef options are gluten free. So if that's something that you have to watch out for, definitely look because I did see a bunch of gluten free options. You can also get plant based chorizo, chicken based chorizo. There's a ton of options there, and it's actually fairly low cost. But I warn you, when you cook it, sometimes it can be a little greasy. So make sure that you just kind of drain off any grease that you don't want there. Now, I'm going to use the frozen peppers and onions because it just comes out so much cheaper than having to buy onions and buy peppers, especially red peppers are kind of pricey. So this is the way you get all that flavor. And honestly, I hate cutting onions and cutting peppers over and over and over again. They're ready to go and you can leave them in like the longer strips or you can chop them up and do them smaller. Totally up to you. Now, for this, the side dishes, we're going to do a salsa verde rice. The salsa verde is the green, comes in a little can. It's a salsa. If you don't like that one, that's fine. You could totally switch it out to like a regular salsa. This is one of those. It's a really easy swap. And then I've been noticing this at Walmart lately. They have a Southwest style corn. So I figured that would go perfect with this dish. And it's actually really tasty. And then, of course, quesadillas are super simple. I like to do them either on the stove top or I've started doing them in my George Foreman grill, kind of like tahini style, and works really, really well. The next one is going to be a chicken cordon bleu casserole. Now, I really like egg noodles, so I included that, but you could really use any noodles you have. So if you have like a penne or a rotini, totally works. Don't, you know, the noodle shape isn't all that important. Now, we are going to do a mixture of cream of chicken soup, sour cream, and milk. Now, if you don't particularly want to use cream of chicken soup, that's totally fine. You can switch it out for something else, whether it be a different condensed soup, or you can actually kind of make your own condensed soup with some chicken broth or some chicken bouillon and some milk, and you heat it up and thicken it. Totally simple. Now, I've got a can of sweet peas here, but you could also use frozen sweet peas and just go ahead and mix it in with the casserole. My kids, they're super picky. They're going to want that veggie on the side. So that's how I did this. Now, there's lots of options here as well because we're going to top this with some breadcrumbs. But you know what? If you have a bunch of crackers, maybe, nobody's eating them, go ahead and smash those up and use them instead. I mean, I've used like club crackers, Ritz crackers, goldfish, any of that kind of stuff will work. Now, we are going to use these ham steaks. They come in a pack of 2 at Walmart, but you're looking at about 6 to 7 ounces per ham steak, and we just chop it up. Now, this was interesting. At Walmart this week, they did not have a block of Swiss cheese, and that's how I normally buy it. So I put on there the slices. And honestly, I just cube up the block cheese. So you could just take this and chop it up into smaller chunks. It all melts, it all ends up in the wash, so it's totally fine. If you're not a fan of Swiss cheese, you could easily switch it out for like mozzarella or a white cheddar. There's so many options here on all of these recipes. So definitely use what you have first and then just use what you like. A while back, we had a discussion on Facebook about lemon pepper. Now, you can buy the lemon pepper seasoning like in a little jar. I personally am not really a big fan because honestly, it doesn't taste like lemon pepper to me. But what I do like is to get a fresh lemon and you zest it and you juice it and then you add black pepper to it. It's literally just that simple. And so we're going to do that with shrimp and we're going to serve it over rice. I did notice that asparagus was really cheap. We're talking $1.97 at Walmart. So that's an easy addition and lemon pepper goes really well with asparagus. Now, if you don't like asparagus, you could easily swap this out to broccoli or any other kind of veggie you like. So definitely adapt this to what will work. And of course, whenever you have kind of like a buttery sauce, you got to have some bread with that. But you know what? That's up to you. I just happen to love this bread. Now, one of the things I love about spring is that my kids love to play outside. And of course, it gets dark later. So I would much rather go hang out with them outside than be in my house where it's, not as nice and beautiful. So I really start kind of falling back onto the one pot meals where you just throw it all in together and it's super quick. And this is one of those. We're going to do a chicken fajita pasta. And why is it that? Basically, it's because we're going to use chicken and we're going to use some onions and peppers. Now, I do like this one because you can totally switch up the seasoning. You can use taco seasoning, fajita seasoning. You could even use like a chili powder and cumin powder, whatever you like there. And then what's really nice is that once everything's all combined, you've got your pasta and your water and you cook it, we're going to cook it without the lid. That's the kicker on this one. Sometimes on one pots, you have to do the lid and you just got to make sure that you double check the recipe. This one works better without the lid. Now, once everything's together, then we're going to add in some sour cream and our cheddar cheese. But here's the kicker. At the very end, we're going to put the lid back on and that's going to melt all of our cheese. This is just so good, and there's still room for you to add a little bit more. You could easily add some beans into this, like kidney beans or black beans. Even like if you had refried beans would be really good to add like an extra level of creaminess here. And whatever veggies you like, you can also toss in here. So I love great base recipes that are fabulous by themselves, but then I also like the ability to kind of mix and match based on what I already have on hand. Now, my family is really, really, really into pizza. I mean, like, really into it. But sometimes you want to switch it up a little bit. Now, with that same pizza dough, you can make a calzone, which is really a pizza that's folded in half. You're talking half moon shape. Or you can do a stromboli. A stromboli is basically when you fold it into thirds. So that's what we're going to do here. And this one, it's kind of like DIY version of, do you remember those Hot Pockets that were ham and cheese and broccoli? Well, that's what we're going to do here. And we're going to serve it with a side salad. I picked just a basic lettuce, but you know what? You could easily do one of those like Caesar salad kits, or Taylor Farms at Walmart has a ton of different options. They've got like a pizza ranch and, bacon goodness and all kinds of stuff. So just pick the one that you like. I did throw in some tomatoes and cucumbers here because we did the plain. Now, I did not include salad dressing. This is one of the items that I'm assuming you probably already have. Because, like I said before, I always have a couple salad dressings in my fridge, but we're most likely going to use ranch or Caesar salad. Now, even though we were really close to our budget this week, I have a good feeling that you probably already have some of these items in your fridge, your freezer, or your pantry. So that's going to give you a little wiggle room. And I love to include fresh fruit with my dinners. Not only do my kids love it, but adults don't eat enough fruit. So this is an easy way to do it. These are the options that I found that were kind of the best bang for your buck at Walmart. I did include avocados because technically they are a fruit and I absolutely love them. And every time I go into Walmart, I buy one of these packs. You get like 5 or 6 of them in a bag and it's really cheap. My kids love kiwis and you get like between 5 and 6 in there, but it's about a pound's worth. And we will cut up one kiwi, throw in a couple strawberries, and it's so easy to just kind of mix and match your fruits. And sometimes I even mix and match a fresh fruit with a canned fruit just to kind of give it a little something. My kids love the combo of like blueberries and then canned pineapple. So just kind of play with it. Now, I will say that Walmart is not always the cheapest option when it comes to fresh fruit. A lot of local stores tend to put their fruit on sale as a loss leader or a way to kind of get you in. So always check your local stores because you may find some different produce options, especially fruit, for cheaper there. Now, if you've made it this far, I just want to tell you thank you. And I always enjoy spending time with you. But if you are looking for that little next step, maybe you're new to meal planning or you're just really ready to get organized, go to the link down in the description and get the free workbook. It's a meal planning starter kit. It's like 50 pages long. You don't have to print it all. You can just print the sheets that you need or that you're going to work on right away. And this will help you get more organized and it's totally free. So definitely get that. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.